How to invest $1,000 in 2017. Now, a question I've received quite often, Jermaine, how do you get started with investing? How do I start investing? Like, how do I take money from my hand? And how do I buy stock in companies? And how do I make money off of that stock? Well, I thought I would make a video to just talk about that from A to Z, okay? So let's say you have $1,000, or let's say you don't have $1,000. Let's say you have $100 and you want to start with $100 and you want to get to $1,000. Or let's say you already have $1,000 and you want to invest that. First off, what you're going to need is you're going to need a brokerage account. Okay, a brokerage account. Now, there's a ton of brokerage accounts you can choose from. Charles Schwab is one that I have. There's TD Ameritrade. The list goes on. Basically, brokerage accounts are all the same. It's almost like a bank account, but it's for the stock market. With sites like Charles Schwab, they charge you a commission. What's a commission? Every time you want to buy into a stock, they're going to charge you a commission. It could be anywhere from $7 to $8 to $12. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Commissions suck. Why do commissions suck? For this very reason. If I want to buy one share of Apple, and Apple costs $100 a share, I'm going to have to pay for a commission on that one share. So commission could be $10. Now, I bought a stock, let's say Apple's trading for $100 a share, and it cost me $110 to invest in Apple for that one share. Now, for me to break even, Apple's going to have to go up to $110 for me to break even. And that's still technically not breaking even, because if Apple went up to $110, and if I wanted to sell that share, I would still have to pay $10 to sell that share. So I'm back with my $100 that I started with. And, I've just paid $10 commission to buy, $10 commission to sell. So I lost $20 off of that whole transaction. Commissions suck, and that's one reason why I don't like commissions. Now, there's another brokerage account out there by the name of RobinHood. RobinHood has 0 commissions, and I bet you guys are wondering, well, if they have 0 commissions, how do RobinHood make money? I'll talk about how RobinHood makes money in a second. But RobinHood is just a really cool app. It's an app that you can download on your phone. If you are just getting started in investing, I would say RobinHood is a pretty cool app because, like I say, it's on your phone. Everyone has a phone, and they also have free stock trading. And believe me, free stock trading is pretty awesome. I got a message from Robinhood last year that said I saved like $2,500 from Robinhood with their free stock trading. Yeah, that's a lot of money to save over the course of a year. If I would have did all those same trades with Charles Schwab, I would have paid like $2,500 in trading. And believe me, I would not have made that many trades last year if I was not trading with Robinhood. Okay, so now you got your $1,000 or you got your $100 or whatever, and you want to get started. You've already downloaded the Robinhood app. So what do you do now? Like, how do you make money? Well, there are so many ways to make money in the stock market. There's swing trading, where you purchase a stock like on Monday and you're waiting for the price to increase just a little bit, and then you want to sell it on Wednesday. That's one method. There is the method of you buy companies that pay dividends and you hold your stock in those companies and you make money off of the dividend price, and you also make money off of the stock price appreciating over time. That's one method. There's also the method of waiting to earnings season. Okay, if you know a company like Apple is going to release their earnings and they just came out with awesome products, and you think the stock price is going to go up, well, the week before or the day before or a few days before, you could, buy a chunk of shares in Apple, and you can wait until the earnings report comes out. And if the earnings report is really good and the stock price increases by 3% or 5% or 10%, bam, you just made money right there, like off of Apple. And you can turn around and sell those shares, and you can keep the profits, and you can switch on to the next company. That's one way. But let's just use a very simple way, okay? Let's use just a very simple way. For someone who's just getting into this, I don't want to just talk about other ways to make money. Let's talk about a very simple way. I would say invest in blue chip companies. What is a blue chip company? Blue chip companies are companies that have been around for a long time. A great example of blue chip companies are companies that are on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Companies like Apple, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, companies that have been around for a very long time. These companies pay things like dividends. Now, blue chip companies don't typically go up a lot. Not like tech stocks. See certain tech stocks and they may increase 8% or 10% on earnings day. And if you look at another company like Starbucks or Coca-Cola or McDonald's on their earnings reports, the fluctuation is not that big. It would probably be under 4% unless there's like really big news or there's something really, really big going on in the company. Usually big blue chip companies, you won't make that much on an earnings report. Usually blue chip companies are also paying dividends too. So when a stock price is paying dividends, it doesn't usually go up as much. So I would say blue chips are a great way to get started because these are companies that are older, they've been around, they're more stable, and they usually pay dividends. So to make money with dividends, you would want to do this. You would want to pick a company that pays a decent dividend, a company that you would like. If you're investing with $1,000 and you're using the Robinhood app, if you want, you can diversify. You can pick one stock if you want, or you can pick 10 stocks. Just put $100 in each stock. And, over the course of a year, you'll see that, the stock price may go up and down. Maybe one of your shares is lower than what you put in, but you've received the dividend. But then you also have other shares, they're higher than what you put in, and you've been receiving the dividend on that. And over the course of a year, you will see, hey, I have a little bit more money in here than I did before. Next question I bet you guys are wondering, how does Robinhood make money off of free stock trading? Well, Robinhood makes money off of this. Whenever you invest money into Robinhood, if it's Monday, it'll take about maybe 7 days or 8 days for the money to show up in your account. Now, during that time period, Robinhood is making money off your account. Another way that Robinhood makes money off of an account, they have this thing called Robinhood Gold. And on my Robinhood account, I have Robinhood Gold. And what Robinhood Gold is, it's basically margin. And margin is sort of how the big boys on Wall Street really make money. They basically borrow money from their broker and invest with that money. A great way to get involved in investing is to pay attention to the news and pay attention to what's going on in the markets. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys watch the news and you pay attention and you hear stuff going on. Why not, invest in something if you think it's going to be good for the future? There's a company out and they create a new product, and that new product is growing their market share. You could make money off of that. If you're not a big fan of blue chip stocks, and if you don't want to sign up with Robinhood, another way you can make money in investing, and you can still start with $1,000 or $100 or $50 or whatever, you can go to charlesschwab.com and you can just sign up for a brokerage account, and you could just purchase ETFs through Charles Schwab. Now, why I say ETFs through Charles Schwab is because they don't charge a commission for these ETFs. And remember, commissions are going to eat your money up. If you're playing with like $25,000 or $10,000, a $10 commission is not going to hurt you as much because you're buying a lot of shares. But for someone who is just getting started, commissions can sort of eat your money, especially if you're doing a lot of buying and selling. If you're buying and holding, commissions don't really affect you as much. But just remember, commissions will definitely add up over the course of time, and ETFs are a great option. One thing I really like about ETFs are usually a group of stocks, and they're basically grouped in a big pile. And let's take Apple for example. Let's say Apple is going to release a new product tomorrow, and the public does not like this product. And what happens? So what would happen to Apple's stock price? The day before, Apple's stock price is $100 a share. Overnight, the stock price may drop in after-hours trading. So the next day, Apple's stock price may open at $90 a share. So when you go to your account, you're going to be like, dang, I just lost 10% overnight. Now, with ETFs, on the other hand, it doesn't really work that way. ETFs, your money's spread out. So instead of just investing in Apple, you might be investing in an array of tech companies. So if Apple goes down, you may look at your ETF tomorrow, and the day before it was $100, and the next day it's, $99. Like, it didn't go down that much because only one company fell out of 50 companies, or out of 10 companies, or out of how many companies that were in the basket of ETFs. So it's just one way to get into the stock market. You can buy blue chip companies if you don't really know a lot about the markets and stuff like that, or you can buy ETFs, once again, if you don't really know about the markets. And there are tons of helpful tips to pick ETFs and pick blue chip stocks. I'll definitely make more videos on the channel talking about the stock market, talking more about Robinhood. I'll definitely do some videos talking about swing trading and stuff like that. But just want to make a quick video and share this with you guys really quick. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Thanks for watching.